this very room. He could be you. He could be me. He could even be... Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh, what? It was obvious. He's the Red Spy.
Video games. They have made a lasting impression on pop culture, touching the hearts of kids and adults alike, bridging the generational gap in a way nothing else can. Video games containing blood and gore have exploded in popularity in recent years. In fact, Grand Theft Auto V grossed over $1 billion in sales within its first week. A recent trend in mass shootings has made the media scapegoat these violent video games as the cause for the shootings instead of looking into the killer's past. Here's an example.
Time something bad like this happens, we look at, is there a connection between video games and the shooter? Well, take a look at some people who were described as addicted to video games. From Columbine High School, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, the Virginia Tech shooter, the Arizona shooter, Jared Lee Lofner, that Norway shooter, Anders Bering, I think he shot 77 people, the Aurora shooter, James Holmes, the Sandy Hook shooter, Adam Lanza. They're all described as essentially being addicted to video games. Dr. Keith Abloh, last time he was on the program talking about this, he
Really now? If all of these people playing these violent video games so much, by that logic everyone who plays these kinds of games are murderers in waiting. Is this really true? Not at all. There are other factors to look at to understand the behavior of violent criminals. The Sandy Hook shooter, for example, was diagnosed with various mental illnesses. Video games are popular simply because they will give the player an experience they may not be able to experience in real life, allowing him or her to do things beyond their wildest dreams. Here's what some people had to say. So you play violent video games, correct?
Yes.
How many hours did you say that you play these kinds of games?
Per day, maybe around 2 to 3 hours. Maybe.
And why do you enjoy playing these kinds of games?
They're just entertaining games. There's no real reason why exactly.
What is some of the violent content that you have observed from playing these games?
Limbs falling off, blood spurting out of their neck, I guess. Just killing in general. Maybe some rape in GTA.
When you finish your video game session, when you're done for that day, what thoughts or emotions might be going through your mind?
I'm hungry. Or I have to go to the bathroom. Or it's 1 o'clock, I better go to bed.
In your opinion, do you think that there is a connection between violence in video games and violence in real life?
No, not at all. Because if they wanted to do it in real life, they'd probably not play the video game at all. But if they played the video game, they probably wouldn't want to do it in real life because they've already had that outlet. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your time.
All right.
So you would say that you play violent video games?
Yeah, like I play like Assassin's Creed and Skyrim and stuff like that.
And how many hours would you say that you play these kinds of games per day or per week?
Probably at least like half an hour per day.
And why do you enjoy playing these kinds of games?
I don't know, they're just fun and they're entertaining.
What is some of the kind of violent content that you have observed from playing these kinds of games?
Like killing people in pretty violent ways. And I don't know, just like stealing, but that's not really violent.
When you finish your session, when you're done, what kind of thoughts or emotions would go through your mind?
It's time to go do my homework or go get ready for bed.
In your opinion, do you think there is a connection between violence in video games and violence in real life?
I mean, I don't think so. Like, I'm a pretty non-violent person, so I don't think so.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thanks.
You would say you play violent video games, yes?
Yeah, for sure.
How many hours would you say that you play violent video games?
Violent video games?
Yes.
Well, usually if I'm playing by myself, I'll be playing like a puzzle game, but on the weekends, when I'm playing with friends, I mostly play violent video games, so I'd say 4 hours. That's per day on the weekend. So, no, I'll say 5 hours total over the weekend.
Do you enjoy playing violent video games?
Yeah, they can be fun, like shooting games and Mortal Kombat.
And why are they fun?
I think they're just as fun as any video game, I guess. That's my opinion. I mean, I don't enjoy the blood and stuff, but just like any video game, you know, like running around, like, you know, planning out your moves and just fighting each other, I think is fun, just like any other game.
When you finish your gaming session, what thoughts or emotions might go through your mind?